Hello and welcome once again to Binary News, your daily dose of focused gaming news, and myself, Amata. Today is the 23rd of June, and this time I'm bringing you some news from Nintendo, as the Nintendo of America boss, Reggie Fils-Aime, has made some comments basically saying that the Wii U isn't struggling, and that the console has a long life ahead of it. Now, during a recent interview with Kotaku, it was proposed that the Wii U has been struggling to capture new owners, and he replied, that's of course Reggie, saying, quote, "I wouldn't use that word. We've been very clear that the number of games that we've launched essentially through July to the end of last year, a number of those games we had hoped they would be launch window games, everything from Pikmin to Wii Party U. We wanted all of that content to launch much sooner. Our belief is that the software is what drives hardware, and if we could come earlier we might have been having a different conversation, but the fact is we are where we are." Now, I would agree with that, if nothing else, because you can have the most powerful console ever made, but if there's no good games for it, then no one is going to buy it. It's simple as that. Games are what make a console at the end of the day, and that is what the Wii U is lacking, in my personal opinion. Now, of course, the launch of Mario Kart 8 did give a huge boost in sales to the Wii U, as of course it was very much a system seller, and I feel like when Zelda Wii U comes out, that's all going to happen again. So that does prove his point, and many things have proven this point, that if you don't have the games, your system simply won't sell. You can have the best console, you can have a console that dispenses free candy, but all we really want at the end of the day is the games. The games are what matter. So, however, Kotaku had more questions for Reggie, as they asked if perhaps the best option might be to ditch the Wii U and then start over with something new. Excuse me, a little bit of hay fever, so please excuse the sniffles. And he said, quote, "No, and the reason I say that is because we believe the Wii U has a very long life ahead of it. It's got great content coming that will help define the platform. There's been only one platform that has anything close to the Wii level of long-term success. Just look at home consoles. There aren't many home consoles that do north of 100 million units." Now, back in May, it was revealed that 6.17 million Wii U consoles have been sold before Mario Kart 8 launched, which places it just slightly ahead of the Xbox One sales, which are at 5 million at last official count, but of course behind the PS4 at 7 million. Now, the last official count was quite some time ago for the Xbox One, so that count has probably risen significantly, but of course I can only go off the figures that Microsoft have released. Unfortunately, they haven't actually given official figures for a little while, so let's just say you can assume that the Xbox One is at now 6 million. It's still about even with the Xbox One. Now, that sounds good when you word it that way, but obviously you have to remember that the Wii U has been out for a long time, and the Xbox One not really. It's only been out for a few months, same with the PS4. So, it's great that the Wii U is basically on par with the Xbox One, but the Xbox One has had a much shorter time in which to accrue so many sales. It's only been out for a few months and has already got, roughly, is my guess, about 6 million at this point. And then the Wii U has been out since, well, God, I don't even remember now. Yes, that was it, November back in 2012. So you can kind of see that the Wii U has not exactly been selling amazingly well in comparison to the next-gen consoles. Now, it still sold a decent amount of units, but that's over a much longer period of time. And to be honest, the problem with the Wii U is to do with the games. Nintendo are great at making games. There's no argument there. Some of their games have kind of stagnated, like Mario a little bit, but the most recent iterations, by all accounts, have been a return to form. And then, of course, we had Wind Waker HD, and then we got Zelda Wii U, and of course Bayonetta 2, and a few other games coming out, which is great. I think that Zelda is definitely going to help sell the console. In fact, it's making me think that when it drops down in price, I might have to actually get it nearer the release of the title, as it looks pretty damn awesome. But at the end of the day, unless they get the third-party support from developers, there's only so many games they can have on their consoles, only so many games they can be developing at one time, and the third-party support is what the Wii U is lacking. But hopefully, the sales will continue to go up, and that will encourage developers to show the Wii U more support. As of course, you know, if you don't have that much of a, or as big as a user base, or it's not selling as well as the other consoles or on PC or whatever, as a smaller developer, you have to consider carefully what platforms to go on. Even as a multi-million developer, you can't keep throwing your money away. You need to think, right, okay, so-and-so platform isn't selling that well. Is it really within our best interest to spend thousands of dollars getting it on that platform? So that's the real problem, I feel, and software definitely helps. So hopefully when the release of these awesome games that are coming out, like Zelda Wii U, like Bayonetta 2, the Wii U will see another surge of sales like it did when Mario Kart 8 released. Still, the Wii U isn't going anywhere, even if it will be crutching along for a while. I think we might see it finally enter the race in a real way when all these games start coming out, but we'll have to see. I'm just kind of speculating at the moment. Anyway, that is me done for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.